Do you have a favorite in that fight?
I think it's a good fight. I think it's 50-50. I think Ryan obviously has a size advantage, but you know the rehydration thing, rehydration clause, kind of like, you know, I don't know how he'll be under that, but I think it's a good fight for boxing. I'm excited to see it, and I'll be there to watch it.
Champ, obviously the winner of that fight, whoever it may be, is a huge fight for you after May 20th for you to defend the titles one last time before you move up to 140. Just curious.
Maybe one last time. We'll see.
Obviously, you got to hit that scale, but just to be clear, would you accept any sort of rehydration clause if Tank were to win Saturday night?
Yeah, no, I said this before. I say it again. I'll never do a rehydration clause. Well, not at this where I'm at in my career. Right now, I'm the champion, I'm the guy with all the hardware, so it would be no point for me to do a rehydration clause, especially with me being the champion. And everybody knows how hard it is for me to make 135. Tank said I was a middleweight, right? He said something like that. Yeah. Loma said I'm a heavyweight, so we know what it is.
Champ, who do you think? Where you would ask somebody to do a rehydration clause, like you're moving up and you'll find somebody bigger?
Yeah. Like I said, not in this point in my career.
Okay.
You know, I'm fighting for belts and stuff like that, so there's really no point in me doing a rehydration clause, but you never know.
Champ, who do you think will give you a better go, or who'll be a tougher out for you, Ryan Garcia or Tank?
I can't really say. You know, styles make fights. Ryan is much bigger, but Tank has much more experience. He showed that I think he punches harder than Ryan, but and I think Ryan has more speed. But we just got to see. You know, styles make fights. You never know.
In the amateurs, didn't you fight Ryan Garcia? And it was 3-3, right? You took 3 and you took 3, so you probably know him better than anybody, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we fought when we were kids. Our first fight, me and Ryan's first fight, we were like 10 years old. So, yeah, we got a lot of history together. But, you know, I've changed as a fighter. I've gotten better, and I'm sure he has too.
I just talked to Ryan at the press conference, and he stated that after this fight, he's victorious. He definitely want to fight you. He don't know it's going to be at 35 or 40. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. With that being said, you know, because I want to make the biggest fights happen. You know, he's showing interest in wanting to fight me. So, you know, that's the guy I want to win.
Do you think Tank will fight you next if he wins against Ryan?
I mean, he hasn't shown too much interest in fighting me. But I don't know. You know, it all starts with May 20th, me being victorious then. That's my main focus, is being victorious, because without that, then, you know, I don't get the bigger fights that I want.
Would you fight at 135 or 140 against Ryan?
We got to see. Probably 135, because it'll be an undisputed fight if it was to happen. But I don't know. I still got to see how I feel on May 19th with, you know, making the way, and then May 20th with me in the fight, see how I feel. But we'll see. You know, we're not ruling nothing out.
Here's the fighter they've been calling out your name, man. Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about Shakur, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good fighter. I think he's supposed to call my name. A lot of people, they was waiting on a reaction, like a crazy reaction from me, but it was no reaction, because that's what he's supposed to do. I like that he called my name. I respect that, because I remember at a point when guys wouldn't call my name, they would say it was email champ, or, you know, it was nothing to gain. It was this, it was that. So now that guys are calling my name, I can't be mad at it. I gotta respect it. I say I'm the guy at the division. I say I am the guy with, you know, all the belts. So that's the guy you should call.
How important is that?
And if he wasn't calling me, I would say he was a duck. So the right thing to do is to call my name. And but like I said before, you know, put some substance behind it, because, you know, the right people. Shakur knows the right people to call to make the fight happen. And yeah.
How was the sparring session? He said that, you know, after the fight, he dominated you in the sparring sessions, and he stated that when he do fight you, it's going to be an easy fight. He want to fight you to make a point. How was those sparring sessions, and just to test it out?
Yeah, me and Shakur, we've been sparring since, bro, I think my first sparring session, we were like 12 years old, maybe a little bit older, but something like around there, maybe like 13 years old. So there's been times when he got the best of me and I got the best of him. But I cannot, you know, judge him off of those sparring sessions. I know he's gotten better, just like I can't judge Ryan off of the fights we fought when we were kids, because I know that he's gotten better, and so have I. You know, if you judge off of sparring sessions, I mean, you're gonna be in for a long night, especially a sparring session when I was a kid.
Devin, Ryan's been mandatory for you before, and then he ended up calling out Gervonta Davis. Are you confident that if he gets past Gervonta, that if you would say let's fight, that he would he would take that?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to see. I don't know. I can't say. I cannot speak for him. You know, he's shown interest in fighting me before. He's been my mandatory before. He could have fought me before, but we just got to see. My main focus right now is Loma, you know, being victorious in that fight, and then we'll go from there.
What do you think is the most challenging thing about Lomachenko's style?
You know, he has experience, ring general shit. I know he's training for a dirty fight, a scrappy fight. You know, he wants to, you know, get in and get as dirty as possible on the clinch. You know, that's what I've heard that he's training for. So we're just preparing for whatever he brings to the table. But we know the type of fight that he wants.
Devin, it seems like not that long ago, you know, Lomachenko was a champ. He was the man to beat, the guy of the division. You know, on top of most people's pound for pound list, obviously he took that loss. What do you think has changed though? Because it seems like so many people are overlooking him after his return.
Yeah, I mean, I think just because, you know, his last performance wasn't his best performance. He went in there and, you know, he showed, like, you know, he was aging, but he also was out of a war. You know, I'm sure a lot was on his mind. But we just got to see. We're preparing for the best Loma on that night. We're watching his best performances. And even before he showed flaws or showed anything, I was still calling Loma out years and years ago.
What would you say?
How does it feel? How does it feel to fight Lomachenko as the undisputed champion?
Yeah,
legacy fight. It's a fight that you've been wanting forever.
Man, it's a blessing. You know, I'm happy that, you know, finally I get my shot at it. You know, tables have turned. It feels good that tables have turned. That now I'm the guy. I'm the guy giving him the shot. And I'm happy that I get to prove myself. I told him to fight me then because eventually, you know, the longer he waits, the worse it will get. And I think it's just a very, very bad time for him to fight me.
There's a lot on him saying in his mind he's undefeated, or he feels like, you know, he has
delusion. He's fucking delusional. He lost not once but twice. And Teo beat him clear. The fight with Salido was close, but Teo beat him clear. I don't care what he says. He could say about an injury or whatever the fuck he want to say. At the end of the day, he came on late in the fight, but you had the injury the whole 12 rounds. He went in there, he fought scared, and he lost versus Teo. So I don't want to hear shit about he only got one, or no, you say he had no losses or something?
Yeah, undefeated, yeah.
Man, that nigga ain't undefeated. He lost twice. He gonna lose again on May 20th.
What's your thoughts about Teo fighting Josh Taylor?
I think it's a good fight. It's a good fight for Teo, good fight for Josh. I'm happy that fight. I'm excited as a boxing fan to see it. I wish him the best.
I talked to Bob, and Bob said that's a fight he would like to make, you versus the winner of that fight.
Yeah, we just got to see. My main focus is Loma. And once we get past Loma, then we'll see. I mean, that's a good fight for me at 140. It's good fights for me at 135. So we'll just see what happens.
There's a lot of undefeated guys at 135. Apart from the belts, what do you feel makes Devin Haney stand out and better than the rest of the fighters at 135?
I seen today that I was just reading on my way here that Bob said the smart bet is to put your money on Loma. Put his money up there. Let's see. Tell him to put his money up if he feels like that.
How do you feel when you hear things like that, Devin?
Nah, like I just said, if he can put his money up and we'll see how smart the bet is.
Did that motivate you?
I'm willing to bet.
Did that motivate you when Bob said something like that?
Friendly bet though, no real money. We're not gonna bet up money.
Hey, what kind of fight do you think Loma's going to bring to you? Do you think it's, you know,
a dirty fight? I think Loma wants to, you know, make the fight as dirty as possible. He is a dirty fighter. He has skills. Don't get me wrong, but he relies a lot on dirty tactics and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna try to make the fight ugly and as dirty as possible.
Now, Devin, you were talking about, you know, having this opportunity here against Loma. Back in 2019, you were talking about, you know, having that chance, and you were saying, hey, I mean, if you wanted to face a Korean fighter, why not face this Korean fighter? But here we are 4 years later, you're the undisputed champion of the world, so it's a whole big difference. So what is it that you want to show him the most that he missed out on 4 years ago?
Man, I remember Loma wouldn't even mention my name at one point. Like, for real. I remember one time my dad told me, like, oh, Loma said something about you. Because at one point, I didn't even think Loma even knew who I was. So it feels good that, you know, now he's a challenger, I'm the champion, I'm the favorite to win, and I'm gonna show him that I was everything then and I'm everything now.
Dude, what you feel like when you hear all the fighters, like you said, Tank said you're a middleweight, you know, Loma says you're a heavyweight. When you hear all these fighters mention your weight, and there's fighters in the division that's actually bigger than you, like Ryan, You know, how do you feel about it?
I never missed weight before in my life. You know, thank God. You know, and I don't plan on missing weight ever in my career. So they could talk about how big I am and how I'm this and I'm that. On that weigh-in day, I should always show up as a professional and make the weight. Tank has missed weight, so he could talk about weight, but he's the wrong person to say anything.
What do you feel like your advantages are coming into the fight?
And Loma has fought bigger guys, taller guys like Luke Campbell, like Nakatani, guys with just as long as reach, just even taller than me. So I don't want to hear nothing about no size advantage or nothing like that. I'm going to beat him because I'm the better fighter, the smarter fighter, and right now it's my time.
Do you view when people say something about how big you are, and especially in this case, do you feel like that's a built-in excuse already?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an excuse because I make weight just like everybody else. So what make it any different? I go in there and on the day before the fight, I weigh in just the same weight as you. So that shouldn't be an excuse.
What is your walking around weight?
And at the end of the day, skills pay the bills. That weight stuff do not matter.
What is your walking around weight?
The right weight.
Are you a Warriors fan or what?
It don't matter what my walk around weight is. The only thing that matters is what I weigh in on that weigh-in day. That's all that matters.
When can we expect you?
Or what?
Yeah. Honestly though, I ain't gonna lie though. I don't really watch like sports like that. I don't really watch like.
I mean, you from the Bay, so you support them,
I mean,
right?
of course, I support the Warriors, but I can't. You ask me some basketball questions, I ain't gonna know what to tell you.
Hey, they down 2-0, you know, against Sacramento,
you know we gonna come back. It's something in that Bay Area water.
I think y'all might get swept, man.
Yeah, I hope not.
When can we expect you to go back to the Bay and have a big fight?
Hopefully next. You know, I want to fight in the Bay. I want to do a homecoming, but you know, of course, you know, Vegas is where it's at, where the biggest fights are held. But I would love to go home, you know, and do a homecoming fight.
Devin, how much are you looking forward to the respect that you'll get over with the big victory over Lomachenko?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm happy that I'm gonna get my just due.
Do you feel like it's long overdue?
Yeah, I think it's long overdue. But I'm happy that I finally get a chance to prove myself, and the world will give me my credit, my just due after this.
Hey, Devin, when you're not fighting, do you watch boxing? Do you watch other boxers? Are there any specific fighters that you like?
Yeah, some fights I do watch if I can. Of course, I love boxing. I love watching boxing. I may watch somebody win, I don't even know, just because I'm a boxing fan in general.
Who's your top three right now?
My top three.
Besides yourself.
Let me see. I think Boots is good. I like Crawford, Earl. They all three in the same weight class, so that's crazy. I like the Charlo brothers, both of them. I like Raymond Ford. I like, of course, my boy Amari Jones.
Next up right there.
Yeah, he next up for sure.
Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about him?
Yeah, no, I like Shakur. I think he's good. I've been knowing Shakur since I was a kid, so I always knew that he was good. I knew that he would be at the top one day. So yeah, for sure.
What did you think of his last fight, Devin?
I think it was a good fight. You know, the opponent he fought wasn't, you know, he's not a credible opponent. You know, me personally, I'm not into those kind of fights. You know, I want to, you know, make the biggest fights happen. You know, I'm fighting a guy that's going into the Hall of Fame. Loma is a Hall of Famer, so that's the type of, you know, opponents that I'm looking for. The biggest names, the legacy fights, and yeah.
What do you think about that Inoue-Fulton fight?
I think that's a good fight. I'm thinking about going out to that fight and going to go support Scooter.
Yeah.
Out of Tokyo. I've been trying to plan a trip to Tokyo, so it's looking like that's the
perfect time to go, right? Yeah. What do you think about, like, stylistically? Like, how do you break that fight down?
I think it's a good fight. I think Fulton has more skills, but Monster got that monster power. So
Stump, you know,
it's just he got that neutralizer. I think it's a good fight. I'm definitely going for Scooter. That's my Muslim brother. I've been knowing Scooter since we were kids, and yeah.
You guys ever spar together?
Yeah, we sparred a long time ago.
When you were a kid?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a far-fetched when you hear people betting on Ryan to beat Tank? Do you think it's as far-fetched when people feel like?
No, I mean, Tank got that neutralizer. I mean, Ryan has that neutralizer as well. He can punch. He's quick. I think he believes in himself too, so he's dangerous. But yeah, so no, I don't think it's far-fetced. I mean, look at the betting odds. It's not that far out. It's pretty close.
If you got to put your money down, who you put your money on? Tank or Garcia?
Man, I don't know. Bet the draw or something. The over. Yeah. The over for sure, though. I think the over.
Devin,
it's over like 7.5, right? Yeah.
How well
Devin.
has your training been affected by Ramadan?
Yeah, I mean, my training hasn't been affected, during for Ramadan. In the beginning of camp, we were training at nighttime, but as I started to pick up, working out 3 times a day, I couldn't, cram in just my 3 workouts. So then that's when I stopped fasting and I just focused on my prayers and doing my zakat, giving back.
Between Tank and Ryan Garcia, do you think that fight is going to go the distance, or you think it's either way?
I don't know. Something telling me that it's going to go the distance. I mean, of course, the knockout is easy to say, but I don't know. Something just telling me it's going to go the distance.
Devin, you've seen some crazy decisions in this past 2-3 months of boxing. Do you feel the pressure to score a really convincing victory over Lomachenko?
I don't remember no crazy decision in a minute.
There's been a lot of crazy decisions. We just had.
You said we just had who?
Yeah, we just had a couple crazy decisions. I mean, they may be lower class fights, but still maybe not on the large stage. But we had bad decisions in Carson a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, in boxing period, it's always bad decisions. But no, I'm not worried about that. My team's gonna do right to make sure the judges is neutral judges. I don't want no judges on my side. I don't want no judges on his side. I want neutral judges, and so the best man can win on that night. So that's the last of my worries. I want to go in there and beat them, so bad that they couldn't give it to him if they wanted to.
What do you think about when people say that you lack a bunch of power?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not here for Devin Haney, you need to leave. There should be no extra talking other than the interviews that is going on. Please take your conversations outside.
Yeah, I think that, sorry about that. I think that, wait, what was the question?
I forgot.
No,
you're punching.
Oh, yeah, power, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they can say what they want to say, but the people that I actually share the ring with never say it at the end of the day, and I win. So, whatever I'm doing,
I'm pretty sure
keep winning. Keep winning. Yeah. Linares, Jojo Diaz. So, they can say what they want to say. I win, and that's the main thing. We see guys knock guys out, get knocked out, and that. So, it don't really bother me at the end of the day.
If Lomachenko was watching right now, what would you say to him?
Be ready. Don't stop training for that dirty shit. Give me a fair fight. Fight me the right way. Fight me from the from the toes. We don't need no dirty fight. I know you want to fight dirty, but it won't work.
Do you feel like those early fights in Mexico when you were a kid helped you maybe prepare for the dirty stuff Lomachenko will do?
Nah.
You were watching them, so I don't know if there was really,
Yeah, nah, he wasn't there. But the dirty stuff that he's planning to do won't work. I know what he's doing. I got something for it.
You think he had to kind of be like that after the Salido, because, he fought Salido. Salido did a lot of tricks.
Yeah, he did complain about Salido fighting dirty. So now he's going to try to fight dirty. Okay, that makes sense. I see.
Yeah, because he said he wasn't prepared for that type of style.
I'm prepared for it.
You got something for that?
Yeah.
So no vintage tees, I know last time you had like a nice vintage tee of a fight,
No,
Which one is it? I couldn't see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's real vintage.
Oh, okay. My bad. I couldn't see. I'm used to seeing left and right of a fight. So
now that you're undisputed already, is that something you're looking to accomplish as you move up in weight?
Yeah, for sure. I want to try to be. Nobody ever did it before. Two-time undisputed.
Just Carissa Shields.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, in men's boxing, no. So,
she's actually going for 3 right now.
Man, that'd be crazy. That's amazing. Blessings to her. Yeah, no, I definitely would love to become undisputed again. But we'll see what happens. If Allah, it's for me, it'll be for me. We'll see.
Devin, what do you think about the belts are an important movement that's going on in boxing?
Yeah, we got to stop that. We got to the guys that don't got no belts is trying to make that like a thing. But at the end of the day, the history of the sport is made around belts, and the man of division is to do with the belts. So now that they don't have no belts, or they can't get no belts, or nothing like that, then they starting this no belt movement.
You think that the winner of that fight is gonna dare say your name right after? Like in the ring, like
I think if Ryan wins, he will. But if Tank wins, nah, he's too cool.